Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Mikey Bustos bringing you another video. For this video, I wanted to share with you guys a funny story, I guess, from my childhood. Um, now, I grew up very close to my family. Filipinos tend to be really closely knit with cousins and, aunts and uncles and all that. Um, and I pretty much grew up with my cousins from my mom's side. With all my cousins, but my cousins from my mom's side were the closest to me and my brother's age. So, in effect, we hung out together a lot. And we actually acted more like siblings. So, they would sleep over quite often. Um, and at the time, living with us was my aunt Encarna. Now, Encarna is certainly a character. She was a retired nun, or she studied with the nuns in Philippines with the Good Shepherd sisters. I believe she um, gave up or renounced her vows or something, and now she's a layperson. She's currently in her either 60s or 70s now, but she looks exactly the same. Really youthful and just such full of spirit, and energy. And she was very religious, taught us everything we all know about, Catholicism, and I can recite every single prayer that was ever written in, the Catholic Church because of her. And she really gave us a good foundation. Now, she also we also like were a handful for her. Can you imagine like a bunch of young kids for her, for this kind of like frail woman? So anyways, we used to have sleepovers at my house, and my aunt would divide me and my cousin RJ, who were the oldest, from my brother and my other two cousins, JC and JP. They would divide us at night because if we all slept together in one room, we would not go to sleep. So they would divide me and my cousin RJ, the oldest of the cousins, to sleep in one room, and my brother and my other two cousins, JC and JP, in the other room to sleep. Um, and she would come in and check on us every now and then to make sure we were sleeping. And if we weren't sleeping, she would, scold us or whatever. So, so this particular event happened one night at these sleepovers. So, me and my cousin RJ were in the dark, we're sleeping, we're supposed to be sleeping, but we couldn't sleep. So I'm like, RJ, are you awake? And RJ's like, yeah. And I was like, I want to sneak into the other room. And RJ's like, okay, but we have to be, we had to be quiet because my aunt was coming in and out, checking on all of us to make sure, we were we were sleeping. Me and RJ collaborated, and we came up with this plan to stick pillows underneath our blanket, and try to make it seem like they were our bodies. So that if my aunt would open the door to peek in to see if we were sleeping, she would just see, like something that resembled our bodies underneath the blanket. So, and that actually worked before. So, we decided to do it, and we threw some pillows underneath a blanket, and I just kind of roughly made the shape of my body, whatever. Now, the thing about RJ is he is always so over the top. He puts so much effort and is so detail oriented in whatever he does that when he was creating his body, he took like so long to just like shape the body. And I'm like, RJ, hurry up, Tita's gonna come soon. And I remember he put so much detail on shaping the body under the blanket that it looked fake already. Like, it was as if all air was sucked out from underneath the blanket. That, like, you could see every detail of the body, like, as if Like every rib could showed underneath the body, and I mean underneath the blanket, and it didn't look like a natural person under a blanket anymore. Whatever. I'm like, RJ, we gotta go. Okay, you're spending too much time on this like body. You know, it just a pillow is all that's needed. You don't need to shape like shoulders and all that. And he's like, wait, wait, and I'm kind of making sure my aunt's not coming, and he's like shaping his body. But not only did he just shape his body, that wasn't enough for RJ. No, RJ had to like he took a sock and he like stuffed it with like random things, socks and like a shirt kind of like this, and he would stick it inside the sock. I'm like, RJ, come on, like we gotta go, we gotta sneak into the other room, there's like no time. So he's like stuffing a sock and he puts it kind of like at the edge of the blanket to make it seem like his foot is sticking out. I'm like, oh my lord, RJ, we're gonna get caught. He's like, no, no, I gotta do it. It's, to look real. And I almost felt like he was having too much fun with this like fake body shaping. So eventually, fine, we shaped our bodies underneath the blankets with pillows. RJ had this little sock sticking out the end of, the bed. And I'm like, okay, so we can go. So we sneak into the other room with my brother and my cousin JC and JP. As soon as we get in, it was ruckus. We snuck in the dark, and we're like, hey guys, it's us. And all of a sudden, JC, JP, and my brother kind of woke up, They were pretending to sleep as well. So, we're all playing in the dark, we're all having fun, we're laughing and all that, and having so much fun. And then all of a sudden, we hear the lights turn on and the door open, and we all are dead silent, pretending we were sleeping. It was our Tita and Karna. It was Tita. So everything's quiet, and then I'm I'm peeking through my eye, through one eye. And Tita and Karna's holding up a sock going, I don't like what you guys are doing. She's going, she's going, I can never tell this story because I end up laughing. She's going, I do not like what you are doing. She's holding the sock. She's holding RJ's sock that RJ spent so much time planting at the end of the bed. Oh my god, that was the funniest story. Today, me and my cousins still laugh at that story. We're now in our late 20s, early 30s, like 30s, and like after all these years, like 20 years or so, we still laugh at that story with my aunt and the sock. Oh, that was so good. Anyways, do you have a childhood story that makes you laugh? Leave a comment in the comment section, let us know, or leave a video response. We'd love to laugh with you. Thank you guys for listening, and please subscribe to our videos. Love you. Bye.